I just love this song. Oh my God. Let's pray. Father, hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
No, dog.
I hope you are all fine.
Yes, dog.
Hey, it's like some people voice are, their voices are down. Anyway, Madam Dokpo, can you open the session with a short prayer? Hello? Hey, Sister Helen.
Hello, dog.
Can you open the session with a short prayer?
Okay, let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for how far you've brought us. We pray that whatever we are about to study today will bear progress. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen.
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 I was singing a very powerful song that I heard from a funeral a while ago. Very powerful song. Those who are not Igbo people cannot understand this song. Any questions so far? Please, you have the materials. What will be the last session? So that we can be faster today. How many sections remaining? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Doc.
Yes, Doc, we can hear you.
And I'm asking.
Doc, after today's session, we have two extra sessions again.
Okay, then we can do a lot. 91 slides. We have done 33. So it's possible. It is possible. The last one will be for presentation. Have I sent the last article?
No, Doc, you haven't.
Hey.
I remembered you, but I think.
Oh, how many remaining?
4, please.
4.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me make a discretion. Have you already have your own group?
Yeah, the groups have been set up, and then I've sent it to you. You looked at it, and then also you sent it. Yeah.
I'm sure by the close of maybe tonight you have the rest of the article.
Well noted, sir.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. We have any general question? I think our last slides when we met at the university was on the key roles of leadership. Oh, I think have we done that one? Let me go. I think yeah, this way we are. The role of leadership in supply chain operations. Very, very important area. As leaders, we can borrow the concept and apply it in our field of study. So specifically in supply chain management, logistics, and transport operation, leadership role is applicable. The objective of applying the leadership role is to ensure that the objective that we set up, we're able to implement it successfully effectively and efficiently, and having the ability to adapt to whatever logistics and transport challenges that we might face. As leaders, alongside the implementation of your objective, there is a likelihood that challenges will come along the way. How do we adapt? Now, one practical example is that if you operate in the energy sector, energy value chain, today, because of the war ongoing, US-Israel war against Iran, I don't like what they write in their CNN and things that US-Israel with Iran war. These whites are stupid. I'm not serious. You are attacking somebody and say with. So as leaders, you need to call a strategic objective or plan. How you, for instance, now that there's a likelihood that taking effect from next month or next week, the oil prices now it started shooting up to $90 per barrel or so. So it could hit the 150 or 200. As leaders, how are you going to, if you take it to the national level, are we going to adapt? How are we going to react to it? Do we sit down somewhere along the line and say, put our hands on our heads and say, it is Iran, US, Israel war? No. You should be able to put a clear mechanisms in place to be able to mitigate that. So it involves complex system requiring coordination. What do we mean by it involves coordination? All sectors must come together. If you work in a department, you must work together as a unified body to be able to implement a cogent idea that will help all of you to be able to achieve a good result. That's what we mean. Multiple stakeholders, technologies, and processes. Not only coordination per se, but you should be able to deploy technology, ensuring that the processes and procedures are clear for everybody to be able to implement his or mandate or her mandate to achieve the result. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Now, effective leadership ensures these systems work without seeing it to achieve organizational goal whilst adapting to a dynamic market demands, as we already said. Even the market environment is unpredictable, not alone the increasing demand from the customers. Okay, so I think that is that. So if you are leaders, what are your role? One is strategic planning and decision making. As a leader, you should be able to develop this mindset of putting up a strategic plan and making a strategic decision. This can be in the form of leaders must develop strategy, optimize supply chain. Leaders must develop plan, one, to optimize their supply chain activities, to reduce cost, and to improve delivery times. You are not just a leader, but you should be able to have a clear roadmap in terms of strategic plan and decision making. And this is decision making must reflect in terms of how you optimize supply chain activities, how you reduce cost, how you improve delivery time. Okay, you must make sure that this plan anticipates challenges such as demand fluctuation. A practical example of what I was trying to talk about earlier ago, this Russia and Ukraine war, US Israel war against Iran, because they want to prove prove that superiority or whatever they wanted to do. So disruptions will come. Demand will be there will be fluctuation depending on the area that you find yourself. Now, if you work in the construction sector, specifically, if now that economy, Ghana economy is somehow stable, you could see a lot of people can go into maybe real estate business because the prices of raw material are somehow better compared previously. Now you could see that there is a high demand maybe of cement, of iron rod, and all those type of things. Now, seasonally, if we are getting to Xmas time, if you are dealing with fast-moving consumer good, Xmas time, a lot of people will be asking for. Now, if you work in the energy sector specifically, maybe you work with ECG or Greco, you could see that there is a specific time that lots of people consume power. So how do you navigate around it? You should be able to ensure that you put a proper mechanisms in place to be able to work alongside. Somebody saying that I'm having, please, there is echo in your speech. Has it been corrected? Hello?
Hello,
Yeah,
Doc,
it's
better now.
fine.
We
It's
can
fine.
hear
We
you.
can hear you.
Oh, so how come echo of where I'm sitting? Anyway, so the plan that you put in place should be able to manage demand when it comes to demand fluctuations, up and down, seasonal, cereal, all those things. You should be able to put in regulatory changes, laws and things. Look at what geopolitical disruptions, like geopolitical disruptions in terms of the war, and then regulatory changes in terms of laws, regime changes has its own plan and aspirations. As a supply chain managers or logistics or transport managers should be able to put mechanisms in place as leaders to be able to manage changes in regulatory mechanism. Maybe, for instance, if you take specifically in power procurement, the threshold for maybe certain sectors of the economy has increased. How do you react to it? Even if you work at the banking sector, capitalization, they say okay, or in the insurance sector, they have increased the capital for you to start those business operations. How do you react to it? Laws that are being made in parliament and how those that affect your operational activity as leaders, how do you go around it? You should be able to anticipate all these things that it will happen. For instance, if you take it in Ghana, politics per se, when MPP comes to power, they say, okay, I say property owning democracy. They believe in capitalist system. Okay, so how are you going to navigate yourself around there to be able to take advantage of the ideologies? So all these things, as leaders, you should be able to. A practical example is what we are trying to say: implement a global logistics strategy to mitigate risks from disruption like the COVID-19 pandemic. Practical example again is what I said severally about USA, Russia war against Iran. Okay, so there are several things available. What about the tax issues? Donald Trump wake up in the morning and think he's a god, so putting taxes here and there. By the close of the day, throwing people out from business. Okay, so you as leaders, you should have a strategic plan and make a strategic decision at a particular point in time that will help you to navigate around all the disruptions, all the things that are happening, especially the geopolitical situations that is happening in the globe. I'm sure it's clear. Hello?
Hello, Doc.
I'm sure it's clear. The second role of a leader is optimizing operation. How do I do that? As a leader, you have to ensure that there's a smooth execution of core logistics functions. When we talk about optimizations, it's about how to ensure there is a smooth execution of what? Core logistics functions, such as warehousing, inventory management, and transportation. Okay? You have to use technology like what? How do I optimize the best way to optimize operation in your logistics system is to use technology. For instance, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and data analytics for real-time monitoring and decision making. Okay. So, for instance, you can use route optimization software to reduce fuel cost and delivery times. So you should be able to put these decisions making in place, take advantage of technology to be able to optimize your operational activities as leaders. Class rep, take notice of this particular slide. So it is a potential for exam.
Okay, sir.
The role of leaders in supply chain and logistics management. And I can put this advanced any 5 roles with example of leaders in logistics and transport management. You people set your own question. Oh, I've already said it. If the class rep, when we are winding up, you never said
the question again.
I know. I said you are to advance any 5 roles leaders play in logistics and transport management with practical example. I'm sure it has been recorded.
It's an advance of 5 roles of leaders.
Leaders play.
Leaders play, yeah.
In ensuring a smooth logistics and supply chain management. You just hear it that way and study it alongside it. Is that clear?
Yes, Doc.
Great. I've already started scratching your back. Number 3, fostering innovation. How do they foster innovation? Leadership drives the adoptions of innovative technologies like autonomous vehicles, drones, blockchain for supply chain transparency. Very important. Leaders are to foster innovation. You don't sit down there, think outside the box. That is why when we start this presentation, I talk about the ACT principle. The skill element there, it calls for innovation. As leaders, you don't take only paper. Oh, I hold masters in supply chain and logistics management and so forth. I am a chartered person and so forth. But you should be able to what? To demonstrate innovative ideas. Okay, to think outside the box by using technology to be able to assist you in your supply chain decision making. A practical example is what the blockchain technology is able to help you to detect fraud. Okay, today, most of us as young people, when we are employed in an environment, all that we need to do is to falsify receipts. We want to make money fast. I'm not expecting that those of you probably that I have the privilege to teach, you should go out in your environment to be able to practicing those things. But that is the order of the day. People falsify documents. People underwrite, do all kinds of quote prices that are above several things, and then maneuver in such a way that they pocket the money. Historically, that was not the mindset of what procurement, supply chain management people. But when the accounting people, the finance people started entering this profession, they started hot. They knew that there are lots of money here. So records are being falsified and polluting the environment. Okay, I do not expect that. But thank God, as leaders, you can use technology, take advantage of technology to be able to detect all these things along the way. Encourage a culture of what? Experimentation to improve operations. Why do we say that as leaders? Culture of experimentation. We expect that don't always try to act, I am playing it safe. Be creative in your actions. Be creative in your decisions. Okay? Be innovative in whatever you are trying to do. Studying the whole system, and then you act, bring something new always. I think I said from the beginning that we can identify you based on your core competencies, unique selling quality. We want to see that as leaders. For example, introducing automated warehouse to enhance order processing speed. Great. After you have studied the system, you already know there are queuing here and there, wasting time, and things. So you should be able to ask, what can we do differently? For instance, I think this week, I was privileged to be invited to speak on the sustainable city planning in the Volta region for engineers. So I was trying to tackle something like, okay, how do we code all houses, all facilities in our various municipal or metropolitan or districts so that we can raise revenue? That is creativity. Okay, how do we code all that? Okay, we just want to raise revenue. How do we identify physical facilities? How do we bring? So as leaders, you should be able to do something unique that when you are no longer there, people can remember that, yes, when he was here, things were different. That's what we mean. Culture of experimentation to improve operations. Then, number 4, people management and development. This is a role for you as leaders. Effective leaders recruit, train, retain skilled professionals, ensuring alignment with the organizational goals. Okay, if you are a leader, you should do what we call successive development plan. Don't think that, don't always, okay, in our part of the world, what we believe is that when I'm working in an environment, quickly let me go and bring my family member if I'm about to retire to replace me, without the person probably having the rudiment of training, rudiment of skills and things all. But what we are trying to say is that recruit people, recruitment has to be done, training has to be done, reskill, retool them professionally so that they can contribute towards, and whatever training and development that it should be aligned with the organizational goal. Okay, as leaders, you must empower employees through clear communications, motivations, opportunities for growth. When there is a reward, it must be shared equally. Don't go you alone with your girlfriend. The next year you are in Dubai enjoying yourself, whilst the rest of the employees are languishing here. I'm sure I'm saying something very important.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So clear communication. 90% of your time as leader is about communication. If you have studied project management, whoever taught you project management must be able to tell you that 90% of your time as leaders, as project leaders, you must be communicating. You have to use to communicate, and your communication must be clear. Okay, a clear, not, if I say clear communication, I'm not referring to be fluent in English and all kinds of things. Whatever you are trying to tell the people, it must be clear. They know what exactly you are trying to talk about, and then you move on. Opportunity for growth, very, very important as leaders. You should create an environment whereby everybody grow alongside with you, not only you. There is a statement in my dialect that people say, you'll be singing a song, my own should be good, my own should be good. The song should rather be, all of us should be good, all of us should be good. I don't know any person here who can translate that into a dialect. Okay. Can anybody try for us? I can say it in a dialect so that you can hear it. You don't sing a song, Tonye Konanyo, it must be Miakata Tonanyo. I've already translated it, so that is that. All of us have to gain, not only you. Okay. Another very important thing that so how do we do that? Provide a training program for employees to adapt to a new supply chain management system. Very important. Then the next one role is risk management. Risk is uncertainty that has the likelihood to impact on your supply chain activities. You must always be what? Proactive, not reactive. Take notice of that. You must always be proactive, not reactive. Think ahead. So leaders identify potential risks in supply chains and create contingency plan to minimize the disruptions that will occur. I've already given a practical example. The Ukraine-Russia war, the USA, Israel, Gaza, and then Iran war. If you are getting something from the United Arab Emirates, from the Gulf, you should start thinking, you know very well that most of the routes of all that we are enjoying in our parts of the world passes through the Gulf. So as leaders, you should be aware about this risk effect. Okay? Leaders, they should ensure compliance with international regulations. That's another very important one. Safety standard and environmental policies. Very, very, very important. Diversifying suppliers to reduce, if you want to correct or mitigate the risks that probably we have just mentioned, you should be able to learn how to do diversifications. Another practical example is that if you are taking, okay, what's happened recently? When our tomato people were coming from Burkina Faso and then they were attacked, whatever it is, we should be thinking different alternatives to get a product instead of going to the Sahel. Can we get it from Togo? Can we apply nearshoring? Okay, so diversify supplies to reduce dependency on a single region during geopolitical crisis. Do we always wait and take oil from the EU, the Gulf? There must be different mechanisms. That is why if you study China very well, because we are talking global sourcing and supply chain management, if I want to talk about that, you could see that China consistently is developing something. He wanted to move away from the energy, okay, depending on the petrochemical. So there must always be, as leaders, finding means to come up with a diversified market or supplies or products to be able to exist. Any question? Number 6, role, customer-centric focus. In French, they say customer define the existence, that the customers are les gens d'état also. They define the existence of your business. Without them, there's no business. So what do? You must develop customer-centered focused or centric focused. Leaders, they must prioritize customer satisfaction by ensuring timely delivery, quality service, and efficient problem resolution. Very important, efficient problem resolution. And mind you, in both supply chain management and procurement system, there is one role that we say, whatever that is happening, it must be resolved in favor of who? Can somebody complete that statement? Exactly.
In the company.
Exactly. Oh, in the company, in favor of the company. In favor of the company, I disagree. In favor of the customer or the project. Okay? If you are resolving things in favor of the company, what it means is that, oh, as for you, if the company decided that you want to be not to change, then you are a big problem. So everything must be resolved in favor of the client. Very important. Then the 7th, for example, implement a last mile delivery solution to improve customer experience in e-commerce logistics. So you should be able to find mechanisms to ensure that if customer, for instance, they have problem about the app system you quickly resolve that thing. And if they give a feedback, you quickly integrate into your next planning process to improve. Sustainability advocacy as leaders, supply chain managers, transport and logistics managers, you should be advocates for sustainability. For instance, you don't want you to probably maybe importing vehicles that are hot, emitting gases again. Now you must move to what? Electric vehicles. You should be advocate for that. Leaders drive green logistics practices to reduce environmental impact of transport operation. Initiatives include adopting alternative fuel, optimizing packaging, implementing circular supply chain economy or system. So transitioning to electric vehicle fleets for urban deliveries. I'm sure in exam you can do all. Then collaboration and stakeholders engagement. Leaders ought to facilitate coordination between suppliers, distributors, transport providers, and customers. How do they do this? They can build a partnership and negotiate contract to ensure smooth operation. Collaborating with local governments to create efficient logistics hubs in urban areas is very, very important. The next one, any question on that collaboration? Who have encountered can share a case study with us concerning about collaboration and stakeholders engagement, that they fail to act on that and it affects their entire value chain. Can anybody share any experience on that for us? Hello? Are you all quiet?
Yes, Doc.
I ask question. Since you were quiet.
So,
we are thinking about it.
hello, Doc.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, I had an experience. There were these investors that wanted us to change Takrady Gray rubber tree, strip it as like 2x4 boards and that stuff to ship it to China. And we needed a land to set up that business. And we engaged the stakeholders, especially the chief and the people, not knowing, there were two towns in the same place, not knowing they have different chiefs. And for us, when we were engaging the chiefs, we thought that we are engaging everybody, not knowing the other tribe were not part of it, which we were not aware of it. So we did everything to cut everything short. We did everything, and then the land was given to us. But the very day that we brought excavators and stuff to just, try to dig the place and make the place, good for us to set up the business. In the morning, we met a lot of people, youth with cutlass and a whole lot. And at the end of the day, we were not able to set up that industry or that business because we couldn't engage all stakeholders, because we thought we have engaged, not knowing we have not engaged. So at the end of the day, the investors got upset because by then we have spent a lot of money already. They got upset and we were not able to set up the business. So that is the collaboration. I think that stakeholders are very, very important when it comes to running of a business, because if they are not satisfied or if they are not privy to what is happening, they can really, 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 really step in and stop whatever you're trying to do. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Very important experience. We all learn a lesson from that. you must try as much as possible to engage all stakeholders who are involved, get their buy-in, try to explain the importance of the project to them, and then you move alongside. Yes, I know very well that they need something, okay, but you also need to explain the benefits of the project to them, and whatever they need, giving to them, then you move on. You can the same way in our own departmental level, okay, everybody is at stake. They need something. So maybe some people not necessarily the money, but the attention to be known or to their voice to be heard. So that is that. Now,
hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Please, in a situation where the stakeholders want to take advantage of the circumstance, what happens, sir?
When stakeholders wanted to take advantage of the situation, meaning that
yes,
you have not explained or exhaust the importance of the project to them, the benefit that they'll gain. If you explain the benefits of the whatever you want to put, and then what they'll gain, what do you also gain equally? Like what my friend somebody typed a while ago, scratch my back, let me scratch your back. It's just give and take. If a project is coming to a particular community and you explain the dividends thereof or the benefit thereof to the people, I don't think there will be so much. Now, let's take practical example like the lithium case. Do you remember the lithium case?
Yes, sir.
You are aware?
Yes, sir.
You could see that. Can anybody throw lights of course from that area? Who is from that area to throw light about it? Even not necessary from the back. Do you know much about it? Okay.
So I don't know much, but what I know is that the percentage, the agreement was not in favor of the people. So I think the percentage was just too small, and that was when the confusion, started.
I see. Your voice sound like Anas. Your voice sound like Azuri. you guys, can you agree with me? That journalist. Your voice sound like you. Yes. Now, it is true that the percentage, the royalties they want to take. I saw in a I read that U.S. government and the UK government are pushing Ghanaian government about the royalty percentages has increased. So they are not in favor. So they should reduce it. That was yesterday, a circular document that I saw. You see, this white, they are very stupid. They see us as they are not intelligent. Now, instead of the royalties issue, why not we say we want to have a share? I don't know whether you are getting me.
Yes,
sir.
Instead of pushing for royalty, why not you ask for share?
That is a better position, sir.
I don't understand this. That's why I say, you guys, please, I beg you. If you don't belong to any political, better go and pick a card or party card. Attend their meeting, make a decision. Because these stupid guys will be going around this type of nonsense going around. You guys have been exposed to a lot of materials, a lot of learning here and there. Okay. Somebody is giving us
Madam Eunice.
Madam Eunice, you are making noise.
Okay, so instead of them to be asking for a share in whatever at stake, they're asking for royalty. Lazy mentality. You see, it's purely lazy. It doesn't show leadership. Several years since we had independence, 69 years now, we always hook on royalties. What do you mean by that? We should ask for shares. And that's all. Because I have the resources, this is my percentage for the share. Somebody hand is up. Caroline, can you help us in this?
I wanted to ask, is it not that the people that are coming to, let's say the mining companies and all that, the proposition that they offer us, don't you think is what they come with, and with other clauses attached to it? That is what makes our governments unable to ask for the shares as you are suggesting, because in natural sense that is the best option to take. But probably because we don't have we have the natural resource, but we don't have the means to mine it, so it becomes quite difficult to take a stance, a hard stance, like, okay, this is what I want. Okay, this is what you want, but you don't have the means. So we have the means, so we are offering you this. Don't you think that's what really happens?
Yes, it's what you have said is right. But look at it. Life is about give and take. 69 years since you had independence, you still keep on 50 years. That when we had 50 years, that's where we have to stop. We have to think and create a system whereby we can develop people. We can develop a system as a core value to be added to whatever mining activity will happen in our country. Okay. Now, number 2. If somebody bring you a deal, the question is that you were having something, that is why the person is bringing the deal. It doesn't mean that you are not having anything. So if it is our mining, our gold, our lithium, our manganese, our whatever it is you want to take, I am telling you that you are coming with this. This is, let's value the whole thing. Then whatever you pay me as a royalty, we convert it and sit down and say, no, I want to gain a share. Okay. I want to tell you, government upon government don't push what we are discussing. They don't think about share. They think about immediate money that they'll make and take along. Okay. I agree with you perfectly what you said, but the alternative of what do we, I mean, like what somebody also saying here, Vera is saying that they know power, but it's just selfishness, posterity will judge them. Okay, so until people start waking up and pushing this agenda, as at this point in time, can you imagine that Ashanti Hini also just depend on what? Royalties. How can you, at this stage, with all the knowledge he had, how can he be going that way? Tell the people I need a share. Then, if it is their company you own, let's take it 50% share or 20% share. When the profit they declare, they send your money to you. Then we all move on. But dropping royalty to account, it doesn't sound well. Anyway, is anybody have something different about this? Yes. Hello.
Hello, sir. We are here.
Okay. Okay. If they lack technical know-how, what is preventing you of developing that technical know-how? I don't understand it too. There's nothing. Do you agree with me? In your company, you realize that there is a particular area that you do not have the distinctive core competencies. What do? You look for your employees and train them in that area. so that they can quickly. I mean, we can quickly solve that problem quickly. Immediately, you may not get the result, but set your time as leaders 2, 3, 4 years, depending on the technicality of the thing. Send people, spend money on them, and train them. If you sit down and calculate the amount you are paying the expatriates on that to be doing it for in the form of subletting it to them to do it for you. If you look at that money compared to the money you spend on individual who will stay for long time, for a long time, it's much more value for money than, I don't know whether what I'm trying to say, whether you guys are getting me.
So we are getting you, Pam.
We as leaders, yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we are getting you, yes, because I think the problem has to do with human resource and also the larger aspect of the future, because you see, who are we going to train? We take people to Cuba and the rest, train them to become doctors and the so why can't we also train people in terms of other areas? So I'm sure, just as you said, it's about individual and it's not about the country. Because if it's about the country, then we need to spend money to be able to train people so that we will develop. Because most of the countries that have developed, they send people to other countries to train them and they come back to help the country. So I agree with you, sir.
Great. You see, if you see China today, before Mavis Osetsu comes in, you see, if you see what China did, China decided that, okay, if in the community, maybe in your village somewhere, a young guy or a young woman or girl, very intelligent, want to explore certain areas, they quickly look for international university elsewhere in US. The community pull resources together and send this fellow, go there, go and study the thing. The rule is that when you are coming, all that you have studied, put it in a pen drive. Don't carry anything from there, only your jacket, what you wear, and your pen drive. Come to our country back. That's what they did. So whatever they learn in US, they just carry it on their pen drive. Come back. They see the community, they'll ask you, what you went there, what did you study? You tell, okay, this is what we have studied. Now, the community chief will now write to the next local government. This is idea that this son brought. Can we be any, would there be any way he can do a presentation with all of you? They say, oh yeah, come and do the presentation. Then they will do the presentation. What I'm telling you is a reality that I saw with my eye when I was doing my first master's in Malaysia. You see, then the young guy will come and present it well. The people, they all see. Then the next local government will sponsor. Look, go and try to the bank, please sponsor this idea. Before you realize, system, business, system, things started expanding. That is the way it is. But in Ghana here, the politicians are this shaving the thing. I will say to you, please come in.
Yes, Doc. Doc, for me, I think I would say two things. We don't have a plan, and then we don't have a vision. They are both related. Because if, let's say, for example, Ghana has a 50-year development plan, and it is obvious, it's clear, we've set the goals A to Z. That alone gives us the vision of what we should expect in the next 10 years, 20, 30 years.
But we always thought that we have it.
Oh, Doc, we know we don't have it. If it's there, they should bring it. Let us all see.
Or go to
at
the National Development Planning Commission. Go to
Doc, when I did my national service at Tema Urban Rules, and you look at the Tema Development Plan, it's there. But is it working? It's not feasible because we've politicized those issues. But this national plan, now this national plan should be away from politics. I quite remember I had the opportunity to travel to some countries last year, and we were having a conversation about how Kenya Airways is trying to develop their aviation. And Doc, it's very simple. They realize that they have one of the biggest tourist attraction within the southern western part of Africa, and even in Africa. So they drew a plan that why not? We have these beautiful tourist sites. Can people fly from Morocco to Kenya? Through what means? Can people travel from Ghana to Kenya? Through what means? So they invested millions of dollars into the aviation. And up to now, they have over 30 planes that is doing across Africa. And in Africa, top 5 aviation, they are part of it. And that's because they had that vision to promote their tourist sites. It's the same thing for UAE, Doc. UAE sat down, I have oil, I have this, I'm living on a desert. My people just going to sit on the desert and not survive. I don't have rivers. So let me not politicize this. Let's draw a 50 to 150 year development plan for the country. And Doc, when you visit there, so now, as of now, they have what the country should look like in 100 years. And every year or 5 years, they put down their KPIs that measures where we are, what we've done wrong, and where we want to go. But here, our problem is politicizing every bit of everything. And that's because we've not made things clear and it starts from scratch. So if we have a very solid national developmental plan, maybe 50 to 100 years or up to even 50 years, and that is even being taught in our institutions, which includes companies, public schools, and all that, people's mind will start tuning to it. And it will change how we see things and it will create a different vision for even those who are young.
Great. Having national development plan, they always deceive us that they have it, but they politicize everything. For instance, like the way you were saying that Kenya have decided to delve into the aviation industry. For instance, West Africa alone can decide that we want to go into a railway linking the whole of the 16 West Africa countries, linking them with railway. Do you know the implication of that? A railway from Accra to where? To Togo. A railway from Togo, fast railway, not from Togo to Benin, from Benin to Nigeria. Then from Ghana to Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire, you share all this in all Sierra Leone, Senegal, all along Burkina Faso, train system linking us. Now you come internally, regionally, we link all regional capitals with train. You can move from anywhere straight to a capital. You can move anywhere all along with train. Fast transportation system. I can tell you. You can go to a Kano State, Nigeria, take a train, all their rice deposit there. In fact, Kano State alone can feed Ghana with their rice. Okay. Oh, we need leaders. I pray that some of you will become leaders indeed.
Visionary leaders, Doc.
Yeah, amen. Okay, the next one is what? Change management. As leaders, you are change agents. Leaders manage transition during mergers, especially mergers and acquisition, or technology upgrades, ensuring minimal disruptions. In your individual company, if there is a new technology, the leader, you must be a leadership that is able to understand the integration process or the upgrade process so that everybody will follow. Okay. As a leader, you must be quick and fast to learn. You must be an adaptable person. You can adjust yourself, get something concept quickly. Change is very important. Okay. I always said it. We should embrace change. Okay. We should embrace change in whatever we do. This guy, the leader, must guide the team through organizational changes with clarity and support. Look at what we are adding to it, and support. You can guide the people with clarity. But if you do not support them resource-wise, there might not be any an improvement that you expect. So leading the integration of newly acquired logistics firm into existing operation require a change. We have been working in a certain environment before, but we realized that no, we need to move to different place, different location. Some people among them started complaining that where we are moving, before you can navigate through the traffic to go to office might not help. Such people, you need to carry them along. You need to find, as a leader, you need to find different alternative means for them to be able to come to work as early as possible if it is a traffic situation that is blocking them. Okay, so 24 hours, you have to be thinking, trying to solve a problem. Don't be a rigid, okay? Don't be a rigid type of person. This is the way we've been doing it, and this is the way how it is. I am speaking this one from my church background, my church issue. We've been doing something that is not working. If they are telling them change this way, oh no, this is the way we've been doing, and there is what they've been doing, there's no improvement. So, as leaders, you should be able to embrace change, and then you move alongside with. Any question? The last tools are hot. Promoting safety and compliance as a role of leaders. Ensure adherence to legal, regulatory, and safety standards in transportations and logistics activities. Very important. Most leaders do not put in safety gadgets around their environment. Fire extinguishers, safety protocols are not followed. Okay, you should be able to provide those things, because I can tell you, if you don't provide those things, especially safety standard and taste law, if you are a drug manufacturing company, you must make sure that you follow the regulatory mechanism, Food and Drugs Board. Get all the licenses, get all the documentation that support whatever you are trying to operate, and then somebody giving us that's Mr. Poku also. Mr. Opoku Lawrence also. Okay, so it's very important that we promote safety, follow the rules and regulations, the legal. In fact, if something happened and there's a lawsuit against you, the payment thereof is quite apart from maybe legal fine you can pay. The image wise, you can't pay for it. So as much as possible, as leaders, must make sure that you are intact. Follow the processes, follow the rules, follow the regulations, and then leaders must promote safety first culture to protect employees and assets. Very, very important. Regular safety drill for drivers and warehouse staff should be a culture in the organization. Any question? Any question? Hello, any question?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to ask a question on collaboration.
Okay.
So I want to know effectively how can an organization engage stakeholders in co-creation processes?
How do they engage
How
them?
can an organization effectively engage stakeholders in co-creation processing to drive
or to move or to improve or to grow? Okay.
Yes.
Now one thing is that first thing that you have to do is that it require communication, feedback, accepting inputs. Okay. Inputs is very important. Feedback is very important. Communication is very important. In fact, I wish if I'm the one teaching you project management, I always bring a case study. I will bring a quadrant. I can bring a case study and ask you, how do you manage these stakeholders? How do you engage them? Okay. Now, the key things for you, as I've already said, first of all, get their inputs. If in the departmental level, go to everybody. This is what we want to do. Make the vision clear. This is what we intend to do. Please, what are your stakes? What do you think we can do? You see, people look at people's face. That is what I don't like. Depending on how the kind of climate that the leader has created. If the leader has created an environment that required everybody input, the work become easy. But if it creates some kind of a leadership style environment that's why we have studied various leadership style. Maybe created an autocratic style of governance, or leadership style. You could see that people will not bring input.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you create an environment that everybody is willing to see that this is what defines our existence. Without this is what is bringing food to my table. That is why most international global organizations, which are top class, having top class leaders, what they want now is that you as employee, from now onwards, we don't pay you salary. You own a share in the company. Can you imagine that? If you own a share in the company going down, you know that you are in big problem. Employees owning shares in a global company or a company. So just imagine how they are going to behave. You'll see that this defines my life. And they'll be able to do it well. They shouldn't, employees supposed not to borrow buying Juma. Am I right? I'm not that good in your tree, so.
Oh, you are right. You are right.
It's a government job.
Yeah, right. So
it's a government job. Ooh, how can you think this way? Can't you even think that it is my country's work? Okay, that mindset that it is for all of us. It is for we have to be. So you must get the input from the people, accept it, digest it. If you do not want to take it, why you decided not to take it, it must be explained to them. I hope it's clear. Why you are not taking it? Those that you are taking, this is a reason why we are taking this one. And this, we think this way it will go. Okay. You carry everybody along. Take their feedback. Communicate to them clearly. Give a vision. Motivate them. And I can tell you, you can effectively collaborate with them and engage them successfully. That is why if you say build partnership relation. In fact, that is why in supply chain management we call something collaborative replenishment. Okay, work with them. That is why in supply chain management today we are no longer thinking about adversarial thinking. We are thinking about what? Collaboration. Partnership. Okay, if you build this concept, I can tell you, you can work together as a team. You no longer believe in the world now. That I can tell you, capitalist system is getting somewhere that is being weakened as a result of the supply chain dynamic issues. Okay, we work together, we share risks, we share profits, and we move on. Is that clear? Hello?
Yes, very doc.
Any more question? This one is a clear exam question. So you must master the slides there very well so that the key roles of leadership in logistics and supply chain, supply or whatever transport operation system. There are about 10 points. You should be able to develop them effectively in your exam. Okay. Now, we want to talk about something else. Challenges leaders face in logistics and transport system. Before we do that, can anybody tell me any challenge that he or she faced when he was trying to implement a decision in his organization? Very important. Is the floor open? Yes.
Hello, Doc.
I've seen hands up. Everybody talk today. If you don't talk, I'm marking. I'm putting marks down.
Hello, Doc.
Yes.
So
that
I
is
remember Osei Tutu here, please.
Yes, great. What is Osei Tutu?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
I remember when I joined my current company, we had issues with exports and also moving goods out. So I decided to implement, together with my boss, a waybill system and also export preparation procedure. Now, what we really had challenges with was the waybill system, because a lot of people were against it, that the process was complex, was complicated. But we had a lot of theft issues. People were moving outside the factory and just taking any random thing, making it look like they are moving from one zone to the other. And lo and behold, that waybill system we created was a 3-tier bridge, so that at every point there is a supervision when any good at all is moving out from the factory. So there are times where goods will be moved out of the factory. We don't know how or when, but we track the waybill and we are able to tell who did it, where it went, and what the items were. And there are times where people decided to use that same waybill system to steal. But because the waybill system had a 3-tier bridge, it was always easy to find a loophole. So a typical example is, if I am moving the goods out, I need to get the waybill to the logistics manager or the logistics director. For the logistics director to endorse, the driver also endorses, and the security endorses. So people were against it because they didn't really know what it was going to solve. They didn't really know what it was going to the issue was going to solve, and also how it was going to help all of us at the end of the day. And we had a lot of theft issues, but through this waybill system, we're able to close the gap, find those culprits, and then put up punitive measures towards them. And the export procedure was also challenging because stakeholders were not happy with it, which included our freight forwarders, because they said it was too robust and they cannot control some parts of the trucks that they bring into our factory. But at the end of the day, we told them is to protect our exports, protect our goods. It's more of cargo security rather than an attack. So they fought against it, but we still had to implement it. And one day we had goods worth about 300,000 euros moving to Tema. At the end of the day, the findings were the truck they brought had a faulty engine and worn out tires. So the truck ditched into a swamp along the Akimodan road, and insurance had to come in. And when the insurance came, they just asked that, how do you know that the truck was fit for your exports? So my boss just asked me, do you have the exports documentation available? I said yes. Lo and behold, it had been endorsed, it had been signed. We had even marked 1 out of 10. We had even marked the exports truck 1 because the tires were bad. And we sent feedback to our freight forwarders. So these are the challenges, and these are some of the issues resolved for us at the end of the day.
Great. Very nice experience. Daniel Lando, followed by Caroline, Pepra, and Eni. Daniel Lando, it's your turn.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello, sir. I'm here.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, my hand has been out for some time now. I wanted to contribute on this mining discussions that came up about the fact that even though we may have human resource issues, but I also think that it may be policy issues, because just as we had cocoa loan policy that made that exported all our beans to the European countries, probably with the mining also, we may have a policy that will favor the countries doing the mining. So in as much as we are looking at the human resource aspect, the policy behind the mining exploration also is an aspect that the government should have to look at it. So that's the area I wanted to contribute.
Great.
Thank you.
I agree with you. We need to look at a policy. Our policy consistent. We can have a policy, but make sure the policy is flexible enough that we can change it when the need arise. Okay. Caroline.
Yes, sir. So one challenge most leaders face in this country is resistance to change.
Okay.
So there was a time I worked as a nurse in the hospital, and I was made an in charge of a ward. And before then, what usually happened was the patient relatives are usually made to sit by the patients, and then they take care of the patients while the nurses will be relaxing. So when I came to the ward, I told them that from now onwards, we don't allow any patient relative on the ward whilst it's not visiting hours. In fact, everybody became angry with me because it was like, oh, instead of going to get a commode for a patient or a bedpan or anything, Mommy, Mama saw bedroom so cover Eben. And Mommy but the man. That was all that was going on. And even the medications you are supposed to serve them and ensure that the patient is taking it, will give to the relatives that feduru man. Those kind of things were the things we were encountering on the ward until we initiated that, okay, these are the things we are supposed to do as nurses. So let's not allow any patient relative to stay there. And over time, they fought it. But after a while, they got to understand what benefit it was for us. Because there was a time where a relative was giving some concoction to the patient without our knowledge. And until somebody saw it and prompted us that, "Mama, no, the dream will be that kind of thing." So these are some of the things you face as a leader: resistance to change. Yes.
Okay, great. It was a very nice thing to do, but the implementation process was, I have a problem with it. How you were implementing it, the change you want to implement, you do what we call push strategy. Push strategy. It should have been pull. You see, that's why we said, first of all, you must engage them. You engage them. You have to first of all call them. Make it known to the people that it is not professional that you bring a patient at the hospital and then you are beside the person now. So we are making it known to you that that is not how it's supposed to be. Now you must go further. Listen to this one. Provide a place.
They were told, though. They were told, the relatives were told everything before the nurses too were also. We had a meeting first, and then the patient relatives too were informed. It wasn't something that we didn't inform them. They were informed.
Is there any inscriptions on the wall?
Yes, the entrance to the ward is there.
No. If you have written it at the entrance of the wall, it doesn't end it. Within the wall, in the wall room, it must be instructions there in the local and then the English language. Intermittently, when the people come, you remind them. Okay. But managing human beings is not easy. So yes, you presume that okay, it is not a visiting time. Yeah, get away, my friend, get from here. You're supposed not to hear, mommy, get out from here, please. You are implementing push strategy. So for them, this nurse is crying. What is this? Then they started seeing you unprofessional, whilst they were at fault.
Sir, please, point of correction. That was not how it was done.
Okay.
This is a short discussion, so I can't take a long time on the line. That's why I had to say. But that is not how And nurses in Ghana, they are not rude. They are not mean. It's like there's a perception about nurses here in Ghana. That is not it. But you see, we've done
Aaron,
something.
some are
Yes.
rude. Aaron, please, some are rude. Me, frankly speaking. Let me
Take your time. You'll be
let me-
patient. Let me get this one done with, and we'll deal with that one later. But what
Okay.
it is sometimes, just as you said, say, there are some situations that there are situational kind of ways you deal with issues. When the patient already knows that there's a security man at the entrance of to the wards, and he's always being fought by those patient relatives every day. Like they're always fighting him because they want to come to the wards when it's not time for visits. And this is what they've been doing over the years, which is not right. Secondly,
okay, so let me ask you before we do the second one. How many times do you engage citizens in a week? Engage entire society in a week as a nursing council or maybe hospital management council across the country. Okay, Wednesday on air, 30 minutes, patients, and then the medics engagement, and educating the public about how we relate together. Is it often being done?
So when you go to Radio Windy Bay, so with what you have asked, those times that I'm talking about, when you go, there's evidence. Staff from the hospital, they always went there once in a week to engage the general populace. There was a calling.
Meaning that you have not done evaluation process of that particular engagement.
No, I'm saying you asked the question that were the people being engaged.
That's what I'm saying. That
the community engagement.
If you have engaged them, finish, but still they are behaving oddly, it means you have to reevaluate that engagement thing.
So it's a continuous process, right?
Maybe the medium might not be correct.
Okay, probably, as you are saying. And then there's also community engagement, as you are saying, aside the medium of the radio, they go to the communities, they visit them, apart from the public health nurses going to the communities and stuff. They go visit the communities as well and teach them, educate them on these kind of other things as well, apart from the hospital visits and stuff. But the hospital visits, the main thing is, we do patient education when you come to the ward. Immediately you come to the ward, we, the nurses, we educate you on what you're supposed to do on the ward whilst you stay there. Before, when you are discharged and everything, we also do discharge education. These are all things that we do. There are a lot of things that we do as nurses. Yes.
Great. We are solving problem. Issues of patient hospital issue.
Yes, sir.
Very thorny things in Ghana. In fact, me personally, that's why I don't like to go to hospital, because when I go there, I see the whole environment. I see the way how, oh my God, I don't know. It is only the Lord who has to help us. But you guys are sacrificing a lot. You are doing a lot. The ratio is the problem. You don't have medical staff, and then paramedics, all of them, they are not enough. That is why it is going so. But may the Lord strengthen you. Amen. Who else? Hello? People don't want to bring their challenges, so if you bring your challenge, we prefer to listen to it. Now, for instance, like our sister, we are expecting that patient day, okay, will be launched countrywide. Explain the relationship between a patient and then that of the hospital. What ought to be done, okay? What I've just said now, it is a project I've just given to our sister, who can just write a proposal and send to the and look for sponsors. He's a serious business guy, going around, a lady going around. Or sister, who spoke? Is this Sister Caroline?
So, yes, I did. I'm not practicing again. I've stopped practicing.
Hey, why?
Why?
Oh.
Sorry,
You are
why?
the one of the contributors to her shortage.
So no, sir. So you see, immediately I started talking. There's this perception that
No,
it's
there's
a
no perception.
it's a misconception that a lot of people have about nurses.
No.
No, sir. Let me say something here. One, nurses are underpaid. When they
So
go on
you
pension,
left because of payment.
no. I have switched careers.
So
I
you
have
work
done a career switch.
because your profession.
You maltreat
Wait,
patient because
Sister Caroline. We are not on you.
I have done anesthesia. I practice as a nurse anesthetist. I have worked for 15
Sister
years.
Caroline, we are not on you.
I'm no more practicing for years now. But what I'm saying is I'm speaking for my colleagues and what they go through. When a nurse goes on pension, the nurse is the least paid amongst most of the civil servants here in Ghana. A nurse works for 20 to 25 years. She goes on pension and she's given like 25,000 Ghana cedis as her take home. 25,000 Ghana cedis can't even buy you a piece of land here in Accra. So how do you continue practicing as a nurse? Some nurses have slip disc. They can't get up. Their healthcare, there's no healthcare insurance for them. They can't even take care of themselves when they're on pension. We cannot continue like that. Then people get up and they're insulting nurses. They call nurses all manner of names in the country. It's sad. But listen, the frustration in the job, nobody has an idea of it. So me, for instance, I decided to quit because I wanted to have children. One, because I had to stop practicing to be able to have children and all that, to start a family. So I switched careers. But I speak for my colleague nurses. I think they are going through too much that anybody can explain. They themselves, they can't even explain to anybody. Say, you are politicians, I know. So please, maybe your voice will go far. So please help us.
I'll help you. I always advocate for people who have studied these type of professions. If you come and study a course like supply chain management, transport and logistics, these type of things, please, the kind of the opportunity that is open to you globally. Sister Caroline? Hey.
Yes, sir. Say I'm here. I'm
listening. Big time opportunity for you. Look, you can work in a World Health Organization, you can work World Food Program, you can work, in fact, big time, especially if you are a nurse and you come and study something like procurement, supply chain management, transport, those type of things. If you study those things, a huge opportunity that you cannot think about. But I like your aspirations and difficulties that you tell us. It shows that there are lots of challenges in that sector, which we need to advocate for. And I pray that, we see some of you here, some of you will become ministers. I remember that was about 2 years ago when Dr. Amakuhini, the Ashanti Regional Minister, current one, was in my class like this. At Accra Business School. I was teaching him and he was there. We were saying a lot of things. Today, he's in the position of what? Trying to make a decision. The same thing, likewise, that of a cowboy was once in my classroom when he was a minister and all those things. So, yes, I carry it also. There are a lot of people that probably we can handle, and those people, we can talk to them and see what will happen. And I know the Lord will help us. It's not easy. Who else? Who else? People don't want to bring their challenges. Yes, Jude. Jude. Judy or Jude. There's a hands up.
Doc, it's Judy.
Okay, Judy.
Yes. So, Doc, I share in the sentiments of the first speaker concerning the way bill. So, I also work in an e-commerce and logistics company, and we also had to introduce the waybill system and with an extra security feature for all our packages that go out. So it was a little banter. No, don't do it. We want to do it. It will be costly. It will increase our financial stance and everything. So at the long run, we had to bypass the local team here and then pitch our idea to the central team that we've been experiencing too much losses in the warehouse. Team members conniving with the security, the local security, to take packages out. So the waybill system will aid in or bring an additional feature to ensure that all these things are kept. So the central team made us test the system and for like 3 or 4 months, I think, and then the losses occurring in the warehouse reduced drastically, and now we are in full force of it. Yeah, so that is what I have to say.
Great. A problem identified, solution preferred to it, and then improvement is coming. That's nice. That's a nice. Ivy, Benson.
So, I used to work as a manager at one of the biggest restaurants here in Accra.
So when am I coming to
When
eat?
I end,
When am I coming to eat?
no, sir, please, I'm no more there.
Go ahead.
So when
I
I was employed into the company, I realized that the way they purchase their stuff from the markets was very poor, because what I noticed was that after 4 p.m., the director will come and take money from the accountants and the cashiers in the name of giving it to people to go and get the foodstuffs for the following day. But he will not do so. He will rather go and use the money for his personal business or whatever he wants to do. Then later in the evening, what we have left is what he will ask us to go to the market with, and it was not enough for us. So when I noticed this for like a month, what I did was, before 4 p.m., I would rather go to the cashiers, then take half of the money of the sale that they've made, then I'll hide it somewhere. So when he comes, he will just come and see a little amount of money there. Then I'll intentionally ask one of the accounts or their cashiers to get up, so that when he comes around, they'll be like, he is having the money and he's not around. And he doesn't like being hanging around for long, so he will just leave the scene and go. So I realized that what I was doing was helping, because we were able to go to the market even in the evening before like the morning. So cooking and service was very fast and effective for us, until he got to find out. Then a misunderstanding happened between us. So I just had to move off. And when I moved, I learned the place collapsed because of his taking of the money and stuff from the staffs and the business, which made it collapse.
Oh, I see. That's you want to bring so such people. It's everywhere. A lot of people, you have a clear mindset to turn their business around, but they are not a serious people. So you should learn a lesson from there and then put up your own restaurant. So
that's what we are planning to do in the near future.
Tell your husband, 2 of you put your hands together, open a very nice restaurant. And do you know where you target? You know
No,
your target
sir.
market. Look for where
my target market is.
You said what?
No, sir, I don't know the target market that you are talking about.
Go to the university community.
Okay, sir.
Big time. Most people do not know. Go to anywhere public university is cited. Start something on a small scale. I can tell you within a few years, you are big time.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Okay, great. Theophilos. Adum Theophilos. I think your hands was up, but okay. Anyway, so I think that is that. Okay, Emmanuel Kobe. Kobe. Sabil Emmanuel Kobe. Oh, okay. Now, challenges leaders face in logistics and transport management. One is globalization. Today, where you are exposed to a lot of things. There are different countries globally, of which are competitors here and there with your products. Also putting up their businesses, and you're also trying to put yours somewhere. So the complex nature of supply chain makes it in such a way that one decision that you have taken, you must, somebody say, think, okay, I heard they say think global or act global, as if you say that kind of things. You must take advantage of the global community to be able to sell your product, to be able to work with them, the suppliers here and there, and to create value. The other challenge they face is technological disruptions. In fact, today when you wake up in the morning, have an app, technology emerging, within 2 weeks, that technology become obsolete. So staying updated with rapidly evolving technology is a challenge for most people, most businesses within the supply chain logistics system. Sustainability goals. Today, government is enacting a law, civil society are on for you to ensure that you balance your business mindset of profits with environmental and social arguments. The small mining activity that we are undertaking, oh, we are disturbing the environment. Galam say, the civil society is on you. The media is on you. I mean, the communities, they are on you. So how are you going to balance your profit motive against the environmental issues and societal issues? It's a big challenge. Market volatility, you cannot predict. Like adapting to changing customer demands and economic conditions can be very difficult for leaders in a global space. Okay, talent shortages. 90% of the students in Ghana are studying social science. So imagine, they are not studying sciences and all kinds of things. If anybody specializes in any of those things, before you realize a global company that can pay very well will take the person away. Example like Caroline. Example like Sister Caroline. Very good advocate, very good nurse. Love the profession, but looking at the whole thing, addressing the gap in the skilled logistics profession is also a difficult thing. Okay. I'm sure you are getting it. Okay.
Yes, sir. We are getting it.
Yes, we are getting it.
So how do we fill the gap of a skilled shortages, talent shortages? How are we going to fill it? The best is that we want the company to what? Put the mechanisms in place to retain staff. How do you do? What are those mechanisms you are going to put in place to retain the staff? Of course, you need to motivate them. Of course, you need to encourage them. Of course, you need to create an avenue whereby you tell them that please own a share here. That person will not go. Of course, you need to create a system. Look at, did anybody sat down and find out why every weekend in UK, the EPL, people fill the stadium to capacity. You know why? What they do to fill the stadium with capacity? Every match game, the stadium is filled to capacity. Can anybody tell me what they do?
Yes, Doc. I know about one of it.
Okay.
So in
Please share with
every
us.
city, United Kingdom has a lot of cities. In every city, if you are within the working class, they make it mandatory that you get to the stadium. So the tickets are even sold before the season begins. And
Wait. They make it mandatory. How?
Doc, so I would say for that part, I don't have a lot of idea, but there are some cities they make it. Once you are within the class or within the working class, you are earning a decent amount. You are pushed to.
You use another word again, no push. Mandatory.
So
push.
I'm trying to find. I want to find the best term, but let me land and then you can help me out.
No. We want to hear. You make it mandatory. You push people to go. Big bro, is that how they do? People will not go. If you are forcing people to go stadium, would they go?
Doc is not force, but they let me say they make it attractive.
How?
They make it attractive.
How do they make it attractive?
Doc, football tickets, you can easily buy football tickets online. You don't need to go to the stadium to buy the tickets. Number two, when you buy it online, you get discounts and you have opportunities to visit the stadium during tours. And then three, it's accessible to everyone, whether you are blind, whether you are disabled. I mean, all disabled people can easily fill. And four, transport to all these areas is easy. You could do train, or you could do by bus. And lastly, I would say is how interconnected the football has connected, how connected the football has become for different races or different people within the United Kingdom. So in a way, they've made it attractive through this means.
Okay, very nice. Who else? Who also think what do they do?
Dog.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, one that I heard, I've not really researched into it yet, but this was a friend in UK who told me that about 15 years ago, stress levels was very high and people were always working. So the companies had a research and they came up that no, people are being stressed and work is being affected. So one of the things they realized was they need to be entertained. So the football games was one of the ways they used entertaining them. So what the company did was that they buy the tickets for you on a discount level and need to go. Sometimes you need to even bring your tickets showing that you really went to the games. And they even give you incentive for attending. One of the things they did is sometimes they can let you bring a jersey and one of the best players of that team will sign for you. Like I said, I'm yet to confirm that, but that's one of the guys told me that.
Clap for yourself. That was exactly what they did. They make sure that, in fact, to the extent that yearly the company itself pay for the tickets advance, including you with your spouse, if you are working. Okay, so they make sure that the whole thing becomes so attractive, quite apart from all that my friend also said, the earlier speaker. Exactly. Those ideas all came. But how do we fill the sports stadium? Is to ensure that if you are working, there's a ticket that the company will pay for it for you and that of your spouse. Even if you have a girlfriend, the tickets, you can just mention their name. They cover them. So every sports activity that is going on, you see all of them going to go and share their laugh. In fact, there are some people who, their family, Either one is supporting another club, another supporting another club. They all go and shout and then came home happy. That is why already the tickets are being booked in advance, paid directly from the company's coffers all along. Okay. Even if those who are not working, they find means to, for instance, sponsor them just to go there, pay the ticket in advance for the whole football calendar that year for them to go. Okay. It promotes tourism and all kinds of things. So we're supposed to, that's why when Ghana, they are saying that first of all, you need to develop the infrastructure very well. Like how earlier speaker talked about, all the necessary things must be in place. Then you can now approach various organizations that people are working there. And then you encourage them. In fact, for instance, like Ghana Education Service, the GES alone decided that I'm buying tickets for all teachers, including with their spouse, to go to maybe particular support whatever club they have. You see, they all go. The same Ghana Nurse Association, all kinds of things. They can do things differently to be able to motivate. It requires leadership to be able to do something differently behind the scene. They contribute. Don't they contribute? Don't they deduct something from their salary? Okay. If you want to manage the stress level, the frustrations that, for instance, like Caroline has talked about, we can find means to do it in such a way Caroline will be happy. Okay. So I think that is that. These are some of the things that as leaders we should be identify a challenge in your country economy and try to prefer a solution to it. And how is it? Posterity will judge you for what you have done. Great. Any question?
Yeah. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to ask a question on sustainability.
Okay.
So, assuming I'm a Ghanaian businessman.
Okay.
That deals in seafood and then vegetables.
Okay.
How would I, as a businessman, integrate UN sustainability development goal? How will I do that?
Sustainable development goal.
Yes, please.
The 17 goals.
Yes, please.
About 17 goals. About
Yes,
the
please.
SDGs.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. So depending on, okay, you said that you are in the food hut.
Seafood business and vegetables.
And so there are several 17 goals that one of them could be, well, let's take it, the last 70 goals is partnership.
Okay.
The last one is 70 is partnership.
Okay.
An industrial group. A partnership here means that if you are dealing with that seafood and things, or do you work with your regulatory bodies by taking the license?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you are taking the license, it means that you are promoting safety and health.
Okay.
It's also dealing with another goal.
Okay.
Number 2, in terms of infrastructure, you have a very good fridge environment that you store all your things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the goals are there. You look at what you do there and link with them and write up with it, and that's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well noted.
Great.
Thank you.
Any question else? When are we going for break? Is it 4 o'clock? Class rep.
Yeah, Doc, 7 minutes to 4, so approximate 7 minutes for break time.
Okay. Example of leadership in action. Okay. the challenges. Look at the challenges: globalization, technology disruptions, market volatility, sustainability goals, talent shortages. How do you deal with talent shortage in your organization? Who has ever experienced that kind of thing shortage? Don't say that, oh, there are lots of people unemployed, and go and bring anybody to your company taking salary. Has any one of us faced talent shortage in his or her company? And how do you go about it?
Hello,
There's a
sir.
hand up. Yes. Judy.
Okay. Let Judy finish.
Okay, Doc. So again, in my company, we have a very big warehouse, and we have people that pick and pack. So because of the
What
nature
do
of,
you do specifically in your company? What kind of warehouse it is? What do they deal in?
I work with Jumia Ghana. So
Jumia
we
Ghana.
have, yes,
Those things that we've been sending online, then they'll bring to us.
yes, please.
Oh, I
So
see.
so we have over 50,000, if I'm not mistaken, like 100,000 items in the warehouse. So
Okay.
if a customer orders, someone has to pick, someone has to pack, and everything. So because of the nature of the job, mostly we require SHS leavers to do the picking and packing. And when they come, and a day or two, they just quit the job. So we have a recruitment company that recruits people for us, then for us to work with. So when we mostly do that during our tier programs, maybe Black Friday, Jumia anniversary, we have tech promos where we reduce mobile phones, tablets, and everything. So that's where we mostly recruit these people because volumes are going to be high. But mostly after the promos, volumes come down like slightly a little, and then management will just say that because we are reducing costs, we should let some of the people go, so that we can balance our finances. But when they take this decision, mostly it doesn't help us because at the long run, volumes will shoot up again, and that is where they will have to call all those in the offices to all step in the warehouse and then do some picking and packing before they do new recruitment. Yes, so most times we have shortage of employers. Thank you.
Great. Next time, I want to order some product one of these days. WhatsApp me.
Hello, Doc. Again, please.
I said I want to order some products.
Okay, Doc.
So you WhatsApp me so that I see what I can do. I want to order some products for my.
Okay, Doc.
Okay. Brother, there's a hand up. Yes.
Okay, sir. Yeah, this is Obed.
Obed.
Yeah, concerning the talent shortage and how we can address it. I think I have a farm at Sogankope.
Farm?
Yes, please. Yes,
Which
please.
kind of farming?
Vegetables.
Hey.
Vegetables. Yes, please.
Great.
And it's a irrigation farm.
Hey.
So
talk to me. Oh, talk to me because I also have some land where I want to go into chili pepper.
So I recruit people to work on the farm.
Okay.
And they are working. So out of that, I'll be able to identify one person who is so good,
okay,
that can look at the crops and then identify that this is the issue with these crops and this is the chemical that we have to use to cure that.
Okay.
So out of that, I've tried that thing for about 1 year, rather, he's good. So, and I realized that other people were trying to pull him. So sometimes
poaching.
So sometimes he leaves my farm to other people's farm to work there and come back. So out of that, what I did was I called him We started. I said, fine. I want you to be part of the business.
Great.
This is what I'm going to. I'm not going to pay you. I'll be giving you allowances. When we harvest, we will take the expenditure out. We divide into three. One has to go to the equipment. You take one, I take one. Initially, he wasn't understanding of the whole thing. So I told him, we can harvest and we make so money. So when we divide, we take expenditure. This is the remaining. This is what you can get. This is what I can get. This is what you can get. And I think he bought into it. When he bought into it, I think he put up a very good behavior, and he worked where he has been able to control others. So he becomes like a manager on the field, directing other guys what to do. And I think we make a lot of yield and a lot of money from that particular action that I've taken. So, as you said, if you can make those talents
for you.
part of to be part of the
clapping for you.
Oh, thank you, sir. We'll go far. We'll go far.
Great. I have already said it. Please let the employee own share and see what they'll do.
Sure.
Your company will grow astronomically.
yeah.
That this is my life. This is where I live. This is what I do. I can tell you. In fact, I was studying some case study from some American company, and I read it and I said, hey, this could be a very nice thing. And then there was another case I saw in China. I said, this is a new mindset people are using now to develop a global brand. Okay, so thank God our brother have implemented it. Do it in a large scale. In fact, you can even go. You can expand if that guy is around with you. You can expand to wherever you want to go.
Sure.
Yeah. I'll say to then followed by Moto G Stylus. Whose name is that?
Yes, Doc. I think my brother's contribution drew my attention to something similar. I did. I also started my own small logistics last year. I made it formal last year. And because of where we are located, it was difficult finding someone with the skills I wanted. And also, as a startup, you also have to consider a lot of expenses. So I wanted to stay within the salary range that the community accepts or that is within the community. So when I got a lady, it was very difficult to train her, not because she wasn't smart, but because I was also super busy. So I devoted 2 weeks and I told her if she's able to learn this in 2 weeks, all the export that we do, whatever commission, so we have partnership with companies like DHL and other logistics firms. So whatever export that we do, I'm going to give her 50% of the commission that we generate. So when I said that, I jokingly said it, but I meant it. And it looks like she bought into it. So the following week, I told her I will not be able to continue with the training. And therefore, we have to do postpone and do virtual because I was traveling. So that week, we had that conversation. And then I don't know what happened. But apparently later, I got to find out that she picked some flyers that I had already printed out, started roaming through the neighborhood and sharing it among companies or small businesses. And that act alone came from the part that where I said, whatever export that we do, she's getting 50% commission from it. And indeed, she's been very devoted, very supportive. So I wanted to just say something to buttress the point that, and no, she's even a nurse. She's a nurse, but I'm now drawing her towards the logistics.
You are doing something, Caroline.
And she's been very, very, industrious. And it looks like every now and then she's learning on the job because it's very complex for us and where we find ourselves. So that is what I can also say.
I can tell you are going to build a big empire if you start down implementing those strategies. Yes, Moto G Stylus. Hey, what kind of name is that?
It's me, Eric.
Okay, Eric.
Yes, sir. I was also running a transport business with my brother.
Okay.
So there were these drivers were running taxi business, and these taxi drivers, you employ them and you ask them to make daily sales. One, they don't do good care of their car, and then also when they are using your car, maybe somebody offered them different car, or I don't know, then they will just stop. So like they keep stopping, and sometimes it's a hole, or sometimes you meet a very good driver, and before you realize, oh, me mama say oh yare, then the person will not come back again. So we sat down and realized that the best way to get these drivers on board is to do work and pay. So you buy the car, you go on agreement with them, you give it to them. Let's say maybe I bought it 10,000, my percentage in 2 years, maybe I put my percentage on it. And then when you are able to pay, the car becomes yours. And that is where we were able to sustain those drivers. So that is the best way if you want to do especially taxi business. You give work and pay, and they will take very good care of the car, and at the end of the day you will have your money and your small profit. That's so
Great.
sometimes it
Great.
depends on the motivation and the way the people will know that yes, you also care for them, because everybody is looking for great salary benefits. And where I work now, I can see that the experts, especially those who have those technical know-how, like the electricians and the engineers, sometimes they are easily poached, and before you say jag, they've left. So I think all boils down to very good salary and motivation and recognition, and at the end of the day you'll be able to sustain those
Great.
talent people.
Great.
Yeah.
Let's take the last one, last two. That is from what's the name? James Yao, and then yes, James.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
I've enjoyed discussion so far, and especially with the fact that you advise that talents must be involved in even the sharing of profit. And my case is same. With the level I am giving commission.
Okay.
Whatever profit. Okay, let's say I have a share in whatever profit that the company earns. I'm giving one every year. I have to travel out of to the Europes for a leave. I have so many things that but this is the issue. If, for instance, we need to employ somebody to be a cleaner, a waitress, a security, I am finding it difficult how profit sharing goes into these people, because these people are the most difficult to recruit. Look, if my level or any other person who is at my level, if these things are being shared with the person, it's okay. But we cannot go down there. Other than that, then what is there to share? It is difficult.
I got you. I'm getting you. Please. Yes.
There are a lot of jobs available, but finding people who are just moving about, doing nothing. They want to come and sit in air conditioned rooms. So somebody who has done home economics, SHS, the person says, "Oh, me, I can food for plenty people." Or this somebody who has done some technical. You include the person, you give the person some maybe a job that has to do with technical things, or the person, oh, I want to come and sit in the office. And I'm wondering how our youths, what is happening? What are we doing? What can we do to help them come up? These Asians who come to Ghana, these Chinese, and these people are SHS, and sometimes they are below. They come here and work, and some of our people call them say. Yet our people at the same level are not accepting the jobs, and they want to be moving about. You call them for interview, they will come. Even some of them will start, and tomorrow tell you my grandmother's father's auntie is having a wedding. And so I went, and because of that, I didn't come to work. And so many flimsy excuses. What do we do as Ghanaians? How do we get our youths to be working to get to our level where the profit sharing can come in? Because at their level, I don't think profit sharing can come now.
Okay. In fact, your contribution is spot on. Now, let me give you one practical example before the last person to come in. You're going for a break. Let's take it to an artisanal system where mason, carpenters, steel vendors, and things or in the construction sector. Where I'm speaking now, in my house now, right now, there's a construction work going on my projects. Because I'm an engineer, let me tell you, when I engage the Togolese, I engage Ghanaians, I engage, that is Togolese for the masonry work, Ghanaians for carpentry, and then steel bending work. The kind of attitude that a Ghanaian they have put up at site. If I get a contract to move people to site, I cannot take the Ghanaians to the site. They are lazy. They are only thinking about money. They are not thinking about the sustainability of the job.
No.
Their issue is that they come to work, they will come to work lately and close early. When you say it, they talk nonsense towards you.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So I just bought what our brother just said. How do we sustain retain the talent to the extent that we say, okay, this will not own a share? We need to work on the attitude. You remember when I started this lecture with you people, I just talked about Matthew 7 verse 7. The attitude, the skill, and the knowledge. Top companies in the world borrow these concepts before they can now start talking about if the employee is demonstrating the three components of the attitude, the skill, and the knowledge. Before they can now start talking about owing shares. You must demonstrate it to several levels. Per all the presentation, that practical example that Doe and Cole have said, you could realize that the guy started demonstrating the attitude, the skill, and the knowledge. That is why he called him on the boy, my friend, come here. You have to own a share here. So first of all, we need to work on that area. The attitude component. Before, as leaders, before we can let them be part of us. That is the employee be part of us. And it is your duty as managers. On that note, let's take the last one from Osetutu, then we call it for this time, come back later. Hello?
Hello, Doc. I've already spoken, please.
Okay, great. So we thank God. We're going for break and come back later. I think, is it 1 hour later or what? When are we coming back?
It's 30 minutes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, sir.
Or you want we should just do 30 minutes and close?
Then it will be better.
Yes, sir.
Let's do the last 30 minutes.
We're already exhausted, so
yes,
let's
exhausted.
go
So the
on
most
and
important
close.
thing is that there are about two things that I want to highlight today: the challenges and then the role of the leader. So example of leadership in action. Let's look at that one. For instance, let's look at Amazon. Some leaders in action trying to demonstrate how to take advantage of the challenges that are in the global space: globalization, technology disruptions, sustainability goal, market volatility, and talent shortage. Look at how Amazon is going about this. Logistics leadership focuses on last mile delivery, innovations, and customer-centric operations such as same-day delivery. Okay, that's what Amazon is trying to adopt, the same-day delivery. Whatever you had, you order today, you get it. Like how my sister, the one, you see, Jumia. Am I right?
Yes, Doc. Please, we also have same-day delivery.
Okay.
Yes.
So if I want what's the name? A TV set to buy, I can get it within 2 weeks.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. Hackers. It's a very good TV.
Hackers. Yes, please.
Okay. I see. And then what's the name? There's something that you just WhatsApp me later and see what we do. Then there's another one. Look at this shipping company. Is it a shipping company?
Yes, sir. Maersk.
Leadership drives digital transformations and sustainability by adopting blockchain for transparent supply chains and committing to carbon neutral shipping by 2050. See how they are trying to act. Then leadership in logistics and transport ensures that complex systems remain efficient, adaptable, customer focused by doing what? By leveraging strategic thinking. Very, very important. Strategic thinking. It happened like though. He realized that, Charlie, this is a big business we are trying to do. And this guy, he has the skill, he has the knowledge. But he realized he want to put us some attitudinal thing that might not help me. What do I do? Strategic thinking. Quickly, strategic thinking. Now, so like what we are all trying to discuss now, about like my case. So what I trying to do is strategic thinking. What I'm going to do now is that all the regulations at my site, I'll find means to make sure that when they come, I boost their morale by providing food for them. Aside, they are ready to sleep aside and do the work. What do I do? Go and look for comp powder, look for rice, look for things that they will cook. You are coming from Stanford, you can buy it in bulk. Oh, if people take this side, this one. Hey, strategic thinking to boost their morale. Then they are there to work for you 24 hours. When you travel, you are coming back. When they are working, other people close. Charlie, take these things. So, so you have to think. Innovations, people management, leadership drive operation that meets current demand whilst preparing for the future challenges. People management. In fact, most of us as leaders are not ready to manage the people. We are bossy. Do you know who I am? Do you know me? This type of language. Do you know who I am? Do you know me? Who are you? You must cut down to the level of the people. See them that they define your existence. Try to coerce them.
Sorry to cut you. Normally, we don't speak this kind of language to our countrymen. We normally speak it to our countrymen, and we try to give respect to the foreigners.
Yeah, you are right. You are right.
That is not because, first of all, our countrymen think they want to. For instance, if you are a young man, you are growing up, started doing some 1 or 2 things, they want to be like you. They quickly want to also get the money like you. But they never knew where you passed through to make the money. Don't you think that area is also there?
Yes, sir, you are right there too. You are right there too.
People, the moment, for instance, people started saying, "Oh, you were one of us here recently. We are coming to do this." Please, even in a formal working environment, the moment you engage a Ghanaian, you want to be richer than the CEO within a fortnight. Am I lying?
Yeah, you are not lying, but why that?
It is as a result of attitude. Well, look at this one. A company pickup car is available, a car is available. Lunchtime, you see him because he's in charge of driving car. Then you take the car, go around, go and pick his boyfriend or girlfriend somewhere. Go and chill in lunchtime. Waste. When they come and then you talk, when you say, then you started talking nonsense. This kind of small bad behaviors all along. You see, it doesn't add up. This is who we are. Okay. Another practical example. The worst of it is that if you have a company, then you realize you want to give help to your own people. You go to your family and go and bring one person to work there. You are doomed. You are trying to help. Hey. You see, so there is a fundamental thing wrong with us. And we are the very people who go to church and be singing, do all kinds of things, pretending. So it is well. Okay. I think that is that. That is that.
Yeah,
I don't think
sir.
I want. Yeah. Any question?
Yeah, sir. Concerning this issue about attitude of Ghanaians, don't you think the behavior of some politicians or let me say politicians is also contributing to this particular issue? Because the reason being is in my office, I have this lady that was brought by a politician. She doesn't want to respect anybody. Either you are there before she came or you are superior than her. Order, when you give her order, she will not take it. She does what she wants and she go out and do whatever she wants at all. When you go further and try to report her to the superior, they don't do anything about it. And recently, she ended up fighting with NSS personnel. So I'm thinking this attitude of politicians and these politics issues also is eating into us, and that one also is contributing to this particular behavior we are putting up as a
Great.
Ghanaian.
I agree. Very important. Yeah, James, come in.
But sir, hello, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah, on this particular thing, I partly disagree with sir, because
Go ahead.
I'm thinking that our politicians are a reflection of the society.
Yeah.
The way we are already like that. All of us here talking, I am sure very few of us may go a bit away from it. But when we get opportunity as some of the ministers and others, we may be doing worse. It's a reflection of we tell ourselves when you get to a certain level, make sure you can push enough money somewhere to take care of your family, take care of this, take care of that, take care of that. So as we go there, already now we have a baggage behind us, something to take care of. And however we get the money, we'll do it to get it there. And the attitude, the kind of, sometimes when we want power, the kind of that kind of thing we portray as if we are good. We get there and it is something different. And we are portraying what we have already learned. I am sure those who have good characters, when they get there, you see it. And those who are not having it, when they get there, we see them. So I am thinking that the politicians, They are just a reflection of us. It is not that when they get there and they change. They are already like that. Thank you very much.
Politicians, great. Politicians are the true reflection of us. It began
So
with
my
us.
brother James, what do you think we should do to change this culture? What do you think we should do to change?
Yeah, so yes, that is very important. It is not only even the politicians. I started by saying our youth. The one coming from the SHS, it's bad. And tomorrow, when we are holding walking sticks, these people are going to make decisions for us. So it is a national thing, a clarion call to all of us to start doing something about the way our people are behaving. It's because of this that 2 years ago it pushed me to start a program called the Entrepreneur on the social media. On the social media, I'm doing something called Entrepreneur to let everybody work, if wherever you are working, work as if the business is for you. And as you do that, you enjoy it. And I use my life to to speak. Whatever businesses I'm doing, they are not mine. I've tried setting up my own business. They have never worked for about 20 years now. They've never worked. But I try working for people and I do it well. It works for the people. So what is God telling me? What is destiny telling me? Let me do whatever work that God has given me. Let me do it very well and it will pay. And that it is paying for me. I don't do any brisky thing like that. All I need to do is to think and give solutions. And my bills are being paid for. I'm living a kind of life that I don't struggle too much to live the way I want to live. But I am doing that because I've decided to help other business or other people's business grow. But do we have our youth doing that? Because once upon a time, I finished my HND as electrical engineer and I couldn't get any job. I run through to get electrical job. I didn't get. I ended up in markets trying to do some sales and other things with some micro institutions. By the grace of God, I lifted to another level like that. But are the youth today ready to do those things? And what do? We'll have to find a way of changing the way they think. Life, we don't just, anything that you just move from down up like that will surely fall immediately. There has to be some gradual move. And we, wherever we are, in our churches, in our homes, and all those places, we should teach them. I'm busily training my kids, telling them that where I've gotten to, they shouldn't think that automatically they can get there. I've been through a lot to get where I am. And they will have to go through life to get to where I am. So they shouldn't think it's that easy. I'm trying to do that. And all of us have to do it.
Great. I love that. In fact, I think this class has been an inspiration. I learned a lot from all of you. You see, we are the change agents. That is leading to the next topic we will probably might talk about. We have to be the change agent. But before we become a change agent, we must do what we call individual retrospective analysis. Each and every one of us. I heard a sermon from Otabel once. I don't listen to him, but there was one time he was preaching and then I heard it. He said, if you are accusing other people, then first of all, go home to the mirror, to your house and look through the mirror. Then what about me, myself? We can blame the politicians. We can blame the youth. We can blame anybody. The best or the first point of contact should be our own self. Individually, as leaders here, we are discussing about how to move business. A business that can move, that will be a changing things, start with the leadership. A country that can make any headway, start with a leadership. So that leader must do what we call retrospective thinking, assessment about him or herself. In your own home, a husband and wife, if one partner is accusing the other, the one who is accusing must go to the mirror and ask, what is wrong with me too? Me, myself, who is accusing the person. What's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? Take serious analysis about yourself. If you're able to find out, me too have not been doing this side well, then you can see that you are finding a permanent solution to the problem. Mind you, in human society, some people are born not to change. People are distracted. People are there, never ready hot to embrace change. So as leaders, if you identify that this person, this is who he is, you look for a place for him. A practical example like what our earlier speaker said. This person appointed by a politician coming to a system and thinking that is the end of it all. I wish I'm in that company. I can create a problem for that person. Always a role being given to her. We'll make sure that if she doesn't achieve it, it's a whole. We are all seeing. Everybody seeing the whole. Everybody seeing the whole. And the place will be too hot for her to stay. And she'll run away. You don't do what she's supposed to do. Everybody would try to do his or her own. If her own is there, it creates a hole. Then you expose her. Okay? Yeah. So, first of all, let's do a critical thinking about ourselves, a critical assessment about ourselves. If we are the light of the world, I can tell you, other people follow. That is why somebody said the representative of the politician is what we are seeing. Because they are the first point of call leaders we are seeing. What about from our own home? People carry their own behavior, how their father and mother trained them to work in environment. And they expose it. So if you employ somebody, you need to now retool the person. In fact, if you marry somebody, you need to reorient the person to believe in your why you are here, where you want to be, how you get there. I've been telling people about this. If you find a lady to marry or a man to marry, all of you need to answer this basic question. Write this on paper. Why are we here? Where do we want to be? How do we get there? Why this relationship? Where do we want to be? The kind of marriage we want to have. How do we get there? I mean, all of them should be able to go and spell it out. Then you cross notes. If it doesn't tally, it's not your partner. Okay, so these things, that is why if your employee say you are looking for a job, they call you for interview and start asking you questions to find out whether you meet the thinking of the company. You see, but that is why I also don't like that. Okay, what we do in our country, what we do in our country, that's why it's happening now. You are working in an environment. If you know that you are getting to retirement, you go and bring your family person, come and replace you. This is what goes on. So you could see the behavior. A family lifestyle has been instituted into a corporate organization. That is why it is so. I'm sure I'm making sense.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So please, let us do critical assessment of ourselves personally. You see what Christ said, let's remove the plug from our eyes first, do critical assessment for ourselves, then we cannot move because we are the lights of the world. And then we will get there. I know through these lecture things we are all studying life. We borrow the same concept to our business environment. And I can tell you, we'll create a world that will never. Those who have done it well, they are giving a testimony in this platform. Yes, I'm able to do it, and it is working out well for me. Perfect. Other people should do the same thing. Okay, and then you can. That is why I believe that, for instance, you can't finish this program not knowing your friend, not knowing what he's doing. You can all come together, form idea, and open businesses here and there. You manage it yourself, you are creating wealth. as part of entrepreneurship program that we always talk about. Any question? Any question? Next week, when we meet, we'll try as much as possible to move to finish most of these slides. Okay? Any question?
No question for now.
So the
Okay.
question is about the articles. When are we getting it?
You will get it by the close of today.
Okay, so.
Okay. You get it by the close of today. That's why I'll end up closing anymore from now so that I can read the last two. Okay. Very important. So, okay. So, leadership in change management is very important. Logistics, supply chain, and transport industry is highly dynamic with a constant technological advancement, regulatory shifts involving customer expectation. It therefore means that as leaders, we must effectively manage change to ensure adaptability, sustainability, and competitiveness in the environment in which we find ourselves. How do we do it? First of all, you must set a vision. Vision setting. Leaders must articulate a clear vision for change, outline its purpose, benefits, and alignment with organizational goals. For example, introducing autonomous delivery system to improve operational efficiency. You should be able to do that. Clear vision. Where do we want to be? Then you get there. The next one is stakeholders engagement. Leaders build trust and collaboration among internal and external stakeholders, including employees, suppliers, and customers. How do we do it? Engaging the employees and vendors when transitioning to a new logistics software platform. Very important. The role of leaders in change management. Take notice of it. Another one, effective communication. Ensure transparent and consistent messaging about the reason for change, expected outcomes, and progress updates. It must be clearly communicated to everybody. Hosting town hall or sending regular updates during supply chain structuring is very, very important. The fourth one is what? Empowering the team members. Leaders provide training, resources, support to help employees adapt to new processes or technologies. Training warehouse staff to operate robotics or AI-powered inventory system is very, very important. Fifth, cultural transformation. Promote a culture of innovation, flexibility, and continuous process improvement. Practice what we call Kaizen principle. Okay? To ease the adoption of the change. You can do this by encouraging the employees to suggest process improvement during change initiatives. Don't go there and say, I'm the only one. No. Create a room for them to make an input. Number 6, monitoring and feedback. Leaders track the progress of change initiative using the key performance indicators, incorporate a feedback for adjustment. You can use it by using delivery performance metrics to assess effectiveness of route optimization software. Very important. So, this is also another area you must be well about. Okay, the role of leaders in change management, vision setting, stakeholders, and
Bocho yapuna.
Ocho Yamponia.
Yeah,
Doc has a network issue. Yeah, hello class. Please, Doc is trying to reconnect again, so kindly be patient. Thank you.
Hello. Mr. Usu,
Yes, madam.
how are you?
I'm fine. Abba, how are you too?
I'm fine. Oh.
Welcome to a table of men.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Kuma.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Kuma, I'm here. Oh.
Yeah, hello class. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Yes, we
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Yeah, we can hear
Papa,
you.
we can hear you.
Hello?
Papa, we
Yes,
can hear
we
you.
can
Hello
hear
class,
you.
please,
Please
can you
carry
hear
on.
me?
We can hear you. Carry on.
We can hear you.
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
We can hear
Yes, we
you.
can hear you.
Oh.
All right, okay, all right. So Doc was trying to connect, and then I think that he's not able to connect. So he says that we should call it a day, and then we'll reconnect next week and then continue from there. So he extends his sincere appreciation to everyone for today's class, and then he hopes to get in touch. Also, he says I should remind you that we'll be sending the documents, so I'll forward the documents to the various platforms and that so that you join, you pick it up from there as groups, and then we work on it. Thank you very much, everyone, and then see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye-bye, Papa.
Yeah, hello. Are we sure dog is going to come back?